Hello, you guys. This is Richard from Benign Arts, and I'm here with Jesse Korman of the number 12 Looks Like You, or X number of the number 12 Looks Like You. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, where do you come from? Where do you reside out right now?
I live in Clifton, New Jersey. It's not my place that I've really lived my whole life. I've lived in all over Jersey, but that's where I am now, Clifton. Some little small town Jersey.
Oh, okay. How is it out there? Is the music scene pretty good out there?
It used to be really good. It's pretty shit now. It has been better. There's not really any good places to play around here anymore. So, without a good place to play besides New York City, we used to have like some really good VFWs. We had School of Rock. All those places are pretty much gone now. So everyone just goes to New York. So the scene here is rough. It's rough now.
All right. Well, I have a number 12 question for you. When you were in the number 12, how was the writing process with the lyrics and everything? Because I know there was two vocalists.
It was either or. We started off kind of just writing our own songs individually, and then as we started moving forward, I would start off something like it started kind of because we were two very separate people, so we wrote two very separate songs. And then as we moved forward, we started helping each other out with our songs. So I would start one off, he would finish it. So like Cradle and the Creator, he would be like I had the concept and the idea, so I started off, and then I told him what it was about, and then he would finish it off lyrically. So we started doing that, and then and to be honest, every single song was made differently. Like there was no set way. Like he would write when he felt inspired, same with me, and we would combine notes when we started recording vocals. I'd be like, dude, this one fits this song perfectly. And then I'll be like, I love the part I did in this song. Why don't I put that into your lyrics? And so it was always like a hybrid of the two, but we always wrote pretty separately until we got together in the studio.
Oh, wow, that sounds legit. Well, being in a band that's played with you guys in the past, personally, I have some inspiration from your music. How does it feel playing with musicians that are inspired by you or that you have been inspired from?
It's very weird inspirations, though, that I had, because a lot of mine were like, I was really into hardcore growing up. And I was into just New York hardcore bands like 25 to Life and Candiria, and just like bands that no one really would ever really know.
Oh, the older hardcore.
Yeah, very older hardcore. So
yeah,
I started
when
off
it first started, more or less.
So I got to the straight edge hardcore stuff and Earth Crisis and Strife and all that, and then it was just I was like, wow, this is so cool, and then I because of that, it opened up so many different things, and then I wanted something heavier, so I started getting into death metal with the Dying Fetuses and Cannibal Corpse and Vital Remains and stuff like that, and then I was like, all right, this is really extreme, now I want to see the softer side, and then I got into pop punk, Save the Day and Get It Kids, and so all of that were one big inspiration, the most extremes of everything, because, in our songs, it was always we went from super extreme to super mellow, really fast, and it was all because of our influences. And, all those bands were big influences, because I love bits and pieces about all of them. I love the aggressiveness that Dying Fetus would have. I love the lyrics that Save the Day would have. I love the high screams of the Stay Forward. So it's a lot of it came from all different things, and that's kind of what created the hybrid.
Damn, that's pretty badass. And yeah, I do hear that a lot in your music. For instance, the Guardian All Nighters, I believe it was. It just goes from screaming to a really clean kind of Latin feel to it, almost like jazz.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Another thing, I've been keeping up with the number 12, and when will this DVD come out, or the DVD that you guys keep on posting up?
Man,
I believe it's about your last show.
We have all the footage. Everything was there. The only thing that is just a little difficult is the volume. The audio of the show. It wasn't recorded it wasn't multi-track, so it's only a stereo file, and it's hard to mix. For the live DVD, we're able to take all the files and mix them later into Pro Tools, but this one is only a stereo mix down, and we thought it was going to be recorded like full multi-track. So when we went to go ahead and start working on that, we were like, oh no, because like the levels are all over the place. Like guitars are like super loud at parts, vocals are super loud, and then like drums are really quiet. It sounds really bad, and we're trying to figure out we're trying to figure out a good solution. But if you watch it, just like watching the DVD, it looks insane. And we also got a bunch of footage from the beginning of number 12, like when we were Endeavor turning into number 12, like the earliest stages like the earliest of the earliest, like the first stages of us being a band. Like we have a lot of that on footage, and we've never released any of it before. So we have a lot of like that first tour we ever did, the first show we ever played is on there, and it's like all stuff that we were going to intertwine all together, just kind of like the past and present, which now is like a past because it was 3 years ago, the last show. But it's because that audio thing has been such a nightmare to deal with that. I'm thinking we've been like trying to reformat the DVD and maybe doing more of like trying to like maybe just put the past number 12 stuff together. I don't know, we have a lot of content. So it's just a matter of like buckling down, figuring out like what will be the best. Because we don't want to just put it out there to put it out. Like we want it to be like super good quality.
Like almost like a biography kind of like thing, putting a bunch of concerts, like a documentary of you guys almost like?
Yeah, exactly. So
it kind of sounds like that. I mean, putting some Endeavor footage, that's way back when, you know? Like,
yeah. I mean, it was when I was 17, you know?
Yeah, shoot. Another thing is there a possible reunion at all? Because I remember, I think it was before Worse Than Alone release, Justin had left the band. That's about the same time we played with you guys as well. But I remember I saw you guys at the Glass House, and you guys had one less guitarist than when we played with you. Justin was out of the band. Will there be a possible reunion with original members and everything? And if there is, will you guys continue making another album?
Hard to say. I mean, I have some answers, but it's a little all over the place to say. So, I mean, it's not impossible though.
Oh, okay. Then one question related to that: how did you feel about the other vocalists leaving the band? Was it harder for you to go into shows and everything? Because I also remember in that DVD, The End of All Things to Come, I believe that was the name of it. You guys had talked about the grandfather and how sometimes there's some parts that are really hard for you to do or whatever, and you know, it's good to have a second vocalist to, like, I guess, kind of catch yourself and stuff like that. But how was it for you personally with your backup basically leaving the band? How was that for you to continue on?
It was hard. I mean, it wasn't easy going from me and him to double duty and literally having no time to prepare. I mean, we got the news 2 days before we left for tour. So I got a crash course fast in a matter of 2 days from hearing the news to playing the first show without him. So it was a shock. I mean, we were practicing with him, and it was just crazy. Played the first show. I did as much as I can. I started like exercising more to get in better shape to perform more. And then by the end of the tour, I was able to really cover almost all the ground that he wouldn't be. I fell into the groove, you know?
Yeah. With Mongrel being your first studio album, how was it coming from Nuclear Sad Nuclear to your very first full-length album, like in studio and everything?
It was cool. I mean, Mongrel we did it in Seattle, and that was pretty much where we were moving really fast. So we were doing a lot of touring off of it. It was awesome. I mean, every minute of that was awesome.
Is there any other specific reason why number 12 decided to part ways on such a good note? And looking back, would there be anything you would change, if anything at all?
No, we left on amazing terms, and we felt very satisfied with all of our results as a band. We got much farther than we thought we would, and we left on amazing terms. And I wouldn't really change. I definitely wouldn't change anything. Everything about the career of that, from start to finish, went exactly the way it should have.
And Fishing for Eskimos, I know that's your clothing company. How long has that been around for?
I started that maybe like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. That was more of just like my attempts at just trying to see, because I worked so much in merchandise, I kind of just wanted to see how it would go doing my own merchandise, because I've done so many bands before that. Like I've done merch designs for, we were doing merch designs for all the like more theme bands, so like Grateful Dead and like Paramore. So I kind of wanted to do stuff that was like for me and myself. And I was like, all right, I'll try my own clothing line. So I did it. I made a bunch of designs. I printed all of them, but I just didn't have the marketing down as well as I should have. And, it is what it is. I still have shirts available online, but to be honest, like everything just got so much busier around me that I just kind of like lost focus. I just lost focus. I still have like this catalog of merch sitting in a warehouse. That's all mine that I own, paid for. I'm sure if I put some marketing behind it, I can move them and sell them, but just adding another thing to my plate is just so hard.
Yeah, I understand. Is there anything you're a part of right now that we can expect from you in the future, like any songs that you're featuring in, or any other bands that you might be in, or anything music, or anything else at all? Like, I don't know, like per se, something like as Fishing for Eskimos, anything like that, or anything of music?
I have, music, of course. I'm always working on music.
Oh, that's great.
I'm trying to think what was the last thing that I did. I have this one thing with the original producer of Put On Your Rose Red Glasses, An Inch of Gold for an Inch of Time, Jay DeZuzio. He was like the guy who we started off with. Me, him, and another engineer, Jeremy. Jeremy's like just this local metal producer. He does a lot of like the super heavy stuff for any like Dr. Acula and stuff like that.
Wow.
So we're all working on something together musically. So that's so early in the stages though. But we are working on something together to put out a record. And
oh wow! So can we expect that anytime soon? This year or maybe next year?
Yeah, definitely this year for sure.
Oh, awesome! Damn, I'll keep a lookout for that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any bands that you would recommend anyone to listen to that has caught your attention?
I don't really listen to the like heavier stuff. I haven't listened to heavy music in a long time. Like if it's there and someone plays it for me, I'll check it out. But like there hasn't really been anything in the heavy sense that's caught my attention. It's been really like stale. But that's why I work with bands like Foxy Shazam. I work with another like male pop artist, Zach Waters, worked with Bad Rabbits and all that kind of stuff, just because it's just like, that's the stuff that like I feel like is fresh and new. And I want to find a good heavy band. There is one local band called the Sun, the Moon, the Stars. They're really cool. We used to play with their old band, Mermaid in a Manhole, back in the day.
Oh, shit.
They started off this new band, so they're pretty cool. They're like more really grungy, dirty, like art metal kind of style. So they're cool. I mean, to be honest, I really haven't been hearing anything new. This band Cadaver Dogs is pretty cool. Auto Magic from Ohio is pretty cool. Yeah, it's hard for me to find new music these days because I'm just like, I've definitely become jaded, which sucks.
Yeah.
Just because I'm around music all day.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, same here. So there's nothing really that's out there that sometimes gets so appealing. Sometimes everything starts to sound the same after a while.
Exactly.
Is there any other way, or is there any way the fans can reach you via Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, or anything like that?
I have all those. My Twitter is just fishing #4 Eskimo. My Tumblr is jessekorman.tumblr.com. And then I just got Instagram. I don't know what my username is. Oh, it's Jesse Korman. Yeah, that's it. And yeah.
All right, then, man. It's been great talking to you. Is there anything you would like to say to your fans that are listening to this?
Just expect something. Not sure what, but something.
Awesome. I can't wait for that, man. Thanks again, man, for having this interview with us. This has been the Midnight exclusive with Jesse Korman. The number 12 looks like you, Fishing for Eskimos, and whatever else comes out from you in the future, hopefully.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks a lot.